Song is about 2 days in history. November 9th, November 10th, 1975. On November 9th was a lovely day on the Great Lakes. Superior was calm. And out of the safety of Superior Harbor, 2:15 in the afternoon, there came an ore carrier. 29 good men on board. The captain of the ship, a Scotsman, named Ernest McSarley. She had 26,000 tons of taconite pellets in her belly, making a run to Cleveland, Ohio. It was the last run of the season. That ship was set to put up for the winter down in Toledo. That's where the families are waiting. When that ship was launched from River Rouge, Michigan back in 1958, she was the largest ore carrier ever put onto the Great Lakes. Named after a banker from Dayton, Ohio, she was. Proudly emblazoned on her stern and across her bows was the name Edmond Fitzgerald. The evening of the morning of November 9th, darkness settled on the lakes and the wind spoke from the north and said, "How do you like me?" Well, the watch answered back and said, "Be off with you, wind, we're the Fitzgerald, you don't frighten us." And the wind answered back and said, "I hear the Fitz all right, but I am the wind of November." Now in the dawn of November 10th, there was a strange, cold, gray, black dawn, the clouds swirling in the sky, not going anyone which way. The wind swung to the east and then to the south. McSarley grew fearful. He'd never seen waves like that on Superior. They grew from 20 to 30 on up to 40 feet. And in the afternoon, the wind switched to the west, brought with it a hurricane force storm the likes of men of the Fitzgerald had never seen. The deck wash loosened up the hatch covers and began to seep into the holes below. Both radars were knocked out. McSarley got on the radio and said, "Can anybody hear us? We don't know where we are." Now the Arthur M. Anderson was shadowing the Fitzgerald across Superior. He said, "We've got you on the screen, Fitz. You're awfully close to the Caribous. Watch out for 6 Mile Shoal." Well, they knew where 6 Mile Shoal was all right, but up until that night, there was an uncharted shoal out there. And as the Fitzgerald rose and fell into the waters, she scraped her belly across that shoal, and the water seeped in below. About 7 o'clock that night, 3 waves came across Lake Superior. They call them the Three Sisters. They're killer waves. They found the Fitzgerald in the water, and the first sister picked her up by the stern, moved to the bow and pulled her down and said, "This one's mine, let me have her." The second sister took her by the stern, pulled her back out and said, "No, you had the last one, get this one to me." The third sister said, "Hell, if you're going to fight over her, none of us will have her." By God, she came down amidships and drove the Fitzgerald into the water. A nosedive to the bottom of Lake Superior she took, where her midships crushed like an accordion. About 7:30 on the night of November 10th, 1975, 29 good men lost their lives in the wreck of the Edmond Fitzgerald. But the legend lives on from the Chippewa down of that big lake you call Gitchagumi. The lake, it is said, never gives up her dead when the skies of November turn gloomy. With tonnage of ore, 26,000 more than the Edmond Fitzgerald weighed empty. That good ship and true is just a bone to be chewed when the gales of November came early. That ship was the pride of the American side, coming back from some mill in Wisconsin. As big freighters go, she was bigger than most. She had a crew and good captain well seasoned, concluding some terms with a couple of steel firms. She left fully loaded for Cleveland. Later that night, when the ship's bell rang, could it be the north wind we've been feeling? Now the wind and the wires made a tattletale sound as the waves crashed over the railing. And every man knew, as the captain did too, that's the witch in November come stealing. Oh, the dawn came late, so the breakfast had to wait when the gales of November came slashing. When the afternoon came, it was freezing with rain in the face of a hurricane west wind. like saying, fellas, it's too rough to feed you. At 7 p.m., the main hatchway caved in. He said, fellas, it's been good to know you. Well, the captain wired in, we've got water coming in. My good ship and my crew are in peril. You know, later that night, boys, his lights slipped from sight. Was the wreck of the Edmond Fitzgerald. Does any man know where the love of God goes when the waves turn minutes to hours? You know, searchers all say they'd have made Whitefish Bay. They just put 15 more miles behind her. She might have broke up, she might have capsized, she might have rolled deep into the water. But now all that remains are the faces and the names of the wives, the sons, and the daughters. Lake Huron rolls, Superior sings through the halls of her ice water match. Old Michigan streams like a young man's dreams. Her islands and bays are for sportsmen. And farther below, Lake Ontario takes in what Lake Erie can send her. Now the iron boats go, as the mariners all know, when the gales of November remember. In a musty old hall in Detroit we prayed, in the maritime sailors to people. You know the church bells chime, ringing 29 times for the men on the Edmond Fitzgerald. But the legend lives on from the Chippewa down of that big lake in Hawkins-Chippewa. Superior, they said, will never give up her dead when the gales of November come early. McSarley wired in, we've got water coming in. My good ship and my crew are in peril. You know, later that night, boys, his light slipped from sight. Was the wreck of the Edmond Fitzgerald. Was the wreck of the Edmond Fitzgerald. The wreck of the Edmond Fitzgerald for the boys of the lakes.